Hi guys, and welcome back to the last episode of Cooking with the Cali Girl. So, before getting this episode started, I just wanted to say thank you to the camera crew and everybody on set. And most of all, I want to thank you guys, the viewers, for making me able to do all of this and showing you guys how to cook a little bit better and a little bit faster and doing simple things that are going to make your days so much better. And yeah, I think we're just gonna get started. Okay guys, so today, can you guess what we're making? The all so wanted scrambled eggs. So let's get started. And to get started, all you need is a plastic bowl. And this bowl is from IKEA, who we are so thankful to have as sponsors and who have sponsored us throughout this whole season of Cooking with the Cali Girl. So yeah, thank you IKEA. And then we're also gonna use a fork from IKEA, of course. We're gonna use Go Green Mandeldryck, which is a substitute, as always, for milk. Because I don't drink milk and we need to have some substitutions in this video and all the other videos. And we're also using eggs. Normal eggs, plain eggs, yeah, just eggs. And I'm gonna grab 2 of them. You can make how much you want, but because it's a fast episode and we want to do things fast, like we always do, we're gonna use 2. Okay, just to get this started, and it's really easy, we're gonna take our 2 eggs and we're gonna crack them into the bowl. And be careful so you don't get any shells into the bowl because you don't want to be eating the shells. And yeah, so when doing this and thinking about doing this, consider where you buy your eggs from. We buy ours from a local farm where I know that the chickens are well taken care of, and that they go out on the farm, have fun, run around all day, lay their eggs like in the middle of the night, and they don't even notice that they're gone the next day. They have a great home. So be careful that you don't buy them from an animal farm where they're all stuck in cages, and it's really sad, guys, and it's getting me really sad. Okay, so back to the food. Now that I've done my 2 eggs in this bowl, I'm going to be using the fork. I'm just going to squish the egg yolk, which is the yellow part. And I'm just going to mix this up to get an even color throughout the whole mixture or the whole eggs. And yeah, and once you got that color, then you're done. You're just going to add your mandeldryck, which is Go Green. And I love the green things. I don't drink milk. You guys want to know why? Well, I'm lactose intolerant, but yeah. And it's because milk is made from the cow. Made so that the calf, like a baby cow, is have something to eat because it can't digest real food yet, like grass. So it drinks milk to grow big, strong, gain the muscles, fat, and just get bigger and heavier and fatter so they can survive the winter or an attack from another animal. And we people, we drink baby milk from our mom's breast when we're breastfeeding and we're really tiny to grow big and gain muscle and to survive before we can eat actual food. And we're just doing that because we don't have teeth yet, but the calves are doing it because they have to grow up faster and can't digest. We can digest because we're digesting the milk. But putting that aside, I don't drink milk because I know that I'm going to grow larger, I'm going to grow bigger, I'm going to go up in weight, and I'm going to gain a lot of muscle, but I'm not meant to do that because I'm not a calf. And that's why I don't drink. Okay, so now you're just going to whisk the milk or the substitute like mandeldryck into the eggs to get an even more even color. And you do this with a fork and not a swirler because, or a whisk or a balloon whisk, because when using a fork you can get them actual air bubbles into this, and that will get the scrambled eggs to be more fluffy and a little bit more moist, and it's so much. Okay, so when it finally looks like this, it's done, and you can see them air bubbles, which is great. Okay guys, so like usual, we're using milk-free butter, of course, because we don't use milk in this household or in this show. And then we're also gonna have a regular knife, or just a knife. And I've already put on the pan and turned it on to 11, which is pretty high. We're gonna turn it down later, but it's just because we need to get the pan started. And it takes like 10 seconds, so it's fine, but yeah. And then we're gonna use a spatula to the egg and mix it around in the pan. The pan is from Inget because we're basic. But yeah, and in one of these pans, there's Teflon, and you can't use metal in it because then you're gonna scrape it off and it's gonna get in your food and it's really dangerous to digest. So we're always using plastic. So I'm gonna start by using my knife and then cut off a little bit of butter. That's milk-free. Just remember that. You can use milk, butter. But we don't do that here because we always want to substitute and be more on the vegan side. And then we're going to let the butter melt into the pan so that the eggs don't get stuck later when we put it in. So, you guys know I've been gone for a really long time, and that's because I've been doing something really exciting. I've been around the world tasting 8,000 different champagnes and giving them different descriptions, and I love those things in detail. So this is my 400-page book about champagnes around the world. And I just love this. I love the front cover. It's so good. And there's a picture of my dad in the back because it's all because of him. I wouldn't have gotten into the champagne business if it wasn't for him. So thank you, Dad. And I just love it. And yeah, there's a lot of different pictures. And this is from a boat that sank. And yeah, it was really hard to get that up. But it's just wonderful to see how many different things you can try in the world. And my next book will be if they taste different or if they are different, drinking them with different people, like my grandma, my grandpa, my mom, my dad, my siblings, sitting there with my dog in the sunset, or sitting on a boat. So yeah, that's gonna be really exciting. So go buy my book, and then the next book will be out in 2024. So yeah, thank you. Okay guys, so now it looks like this, and you can spread the butter out just to get it a little bit everywhere so that the eggs don't get stuck anywhere, because it's gonna get everywhere with the eggs. And yeah, and now it started boiling, so we're gonna turn down the heat to 8, and then we're gonna pour the eggs in. Okay guys, so now we're pouring the eggs in, and there you go. You can see how it already starting building up these things, and you can see how it's getting hard in some places, and that's why you gotta be moving it around all the time and wash out so you don't get burnt. And if you're under 11 or 12, I want you guys to have a parent, okay, or somebody around, a grown-up, in case you get burned or in case something happens. Okay, so the scrambled eggs are almost ready. You can see this texture, and this was just in 2 minutes. If you wanted to go faster, you can turn up the heat, but be careful so it doesn't burn and it doesn't get too dried out. Yeah, you can see how like scrambly and nice this is. Okay, so I just turned off the pan and the stove, and I've removed the scrambled eggs onto a plate. And now we're gonna add some salt and pepper. So I just turned off the stove and moved the pan to another place. And I transferred the scrambled eggs onto a normal plate. And now we're gonna add some salt and peppers. And you can add any herbs as you like. But I'm always using black pepper. And just the amount you want, because you should know how much you add. And I'm used to this, so I'm just adding my normal thing, and I am a saltaholic. I love salt. I think it's the best thing ever. So I always add a decent amount of salt. Probably too much for some people, but I'm the one eating this. And then I'm done. And you can add herbs, you can add anything you want that you think will work out. You can also add a lot of vegetables. I usually eat these with baby tomatoes or baby spinach and some cheese, and maybe make an omelette with the same recipe. I just don't scramble up the eggs then. But yeah, this is done now, and thank you guys for watching. This was the last episode, and thank you all. I love you.